Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
Now, we are going to start with the second topic of this Unit 10. Yogendra Singh, Tradition and Modernity, that how he presented his views and what research he did on the tradition and the modernity prevailing in India. Yogendra Singh, if we talk about, he was born in 1932 and is an eminent sociologist and a scholar. He is neither a Marxist nor a functionist. He is, if we talk about his approach to the study of Indian society, is integrated macro historical approach. So here we can mention that his approach of study of the Indian society was an integrated macro historical approach. According to him, the theory should be related to the context. He has applied this approach in his analysis of different aspects of Indian society. He has also focused on the study of social stratification, social change and modernization. So these three are the main topic that he has mentioned during his research and during his study. That is social stratification, the division of the society basically based on the caste. Here we can say the social change and modernization. The impact of all these, that how these has brought the change in the society. Social stratification in India. Singh's major book on this theme is entitled as Social Stratification and Change in India, which was published in 1977. Singh says that social stratification in India has its own special features. And according to him, the social stratification is the social process through which rewards and resources such as wealth, power and prestige are distributed systematically and unequally in the society. Where he has already mentioned that's why he has mentioned that these social stratification are having their own special characteristics or features. And this social stratification, if we talk about, he analyzes it from the two different perspectives. The first one, caste system and social stratification, and the second one was class structure and social stratification. That how based on the caste system the society was divided and how based on that class structure the society was divided. And according to Singh, the caste and class, these two things, whether it is caste or class, both are two main important principles of stratification which have existed in Indian social system. Now we are taking tradition and modernity, another topic. That is, Singh's main work on this topic is to found in his two books. The first is Modernization of Indian Tradition, which was published in 1973. And the second was Essays on Modernization in India, which was published in 1977. According to Singh, the concept of modernization is composite and also an ideological. Means, if we are talking about modernization, it must be aiming at something. It must be following some ideology. This is because the concept of modernization is closely related to the concept of development, growth, evaluation and progress. If we are talking about modernization, definitely we are talking about if the changes we are bringing in the society and these changes are taking us to the modernity, it means we are moving towards this development, growth or success in our society or success in our life. Beside that, he also argues that every society has its own way of modernization. He also maintains that the process of this modernization is grounded in specific cultural structural history of a society. So in this sense, what could be concluded that Indian modernity is not a replica of Western modernity. It is not simply Indian Westernity has not been taken from the Western countries, but it is having some unique identity in it because of its unique identity and the adaptive features which are very well visible in Indian society. Although if we talk about in the process of modernization, some features or some aspects we have taken from Western countries, or these are being affected by the Western culture. But as a whole, if we talk about, India has its own unique features. And in order to analyze the modernization of Indian society, he distinguished between the cultural structure and social structure. So this cultural structure as well as social structure has been discriminated by him. He has shown the division between the two. Cultural structure, if we talk about, according to him, he has mentioned that it consists of the little traditions and great tradition. And whereas if we talk about these social structures, so that can include micro structure as well as the macro structure of any of the society. It is at the level of macro structure that there has been an emergence of new political institution. If new political institutions are coming into existence, these could be the result of these macro structure prevailing in the society. While he was talking about bringing the changes in the society or occurring of changes in the society, he also identifies that these changes has been brought by Buddhism as well as Jainism. He then looks at the impact of Islam and Western civilization on Indian society and the changes that have been taken place in Indian culture. So here, according to him, whatever the impact are very well visible on Indian society, that are not the result of single factor. It does not have the impact of a single culture or single region. It's a mixture of the different areas which has given this kind of, or which is giving this kind of change in our society. And finally, here he concludes that Indian modernity is unique and that Indian tradition is undergoing modernization. Still, the process of modernization has not been completed and still it is going on. So, in future also, if we talk about, many different factors could be there which can lead to bringing the change in Indian society. We cannot be confined to a one or two factors for these changes which are very well visible here in India.